Welcome to Transmissions, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers. On this episode, Super 7 turns Beast Wars into Action Masters, Funko Pop gets in on Rise of the Beast merchandising, and we've got all the new toy reveals from the latest Hasbro Pulse Transformers Fanstream. Today is Wednesday, May 24th, 2023, and this is episode 539 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that doesn't always get kick-ass interviews anymore, but when we do, they're top-tier talent. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hi, everybody. Let's talk Transformers.
As always, we start the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for your continued support, and we really appreciate you contributing to us, helping us keep the lights on, and helping us keep the show going. It's because of your support that we are able to do this day in, day out, week in, week out, year in, year out, coming up on our 10-year anniversary. So, thank you for the years and years of support. If you are not a Donatron who would like to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. That's where you can sign up either on Patreon or PayPal. Lots of bonus content. You can listen to the show live and watch the show live as we record it every Sunday. You get some merchandise perks at the higher levels. You can get entered into every contest we do automatically. Lots of good stuff. So check it out. Speaking of bonus content, we've got our bonus show, We Like Big Bots, that's done by Mr. Daryl and Dr. Pants. So they've done 10 episodes looking at those ginormous big bots that are part of the Transformers franchise. More are coming. We're still waiting on Dr. Pants to emerge from his chrysalis, and he becomes a beautiful butterfly. So hopefully he'll be back soon. But as soon as he is, we'll be getting more of those big bots to you. But right now, we've already got 10 episodes right there available for you on our Patreon page. If you are a Donatron, you can watch them all whenever you like. And in addition to We Like Big Bots, we've got our Transformers Live Play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. Every other week, we have bonus episodes, bonus versions of those episodes released early before the regular episode. This week, we do have the regular episode. So this is episode 101, Third Time's the Prime. So this is the aftermath of the big battle from episode 100. So we'll see how the characters deal with catching an assassin in the act. So check that out. You should already have access to it at transmissionspodcast.com/rust. It was released this Monday, so it's available for you now. Also, just remind you, we've got a new Toy Hacks code for the month of May. So it's no longer our previous code. We are now using the code Blaster7. So Blaster and the number 7. Use that code at toyhacks.com for 15% off your order. So if you're looking to get some stickers for your Transformers, pick them up at toyhacks.com and save with 15% off with that code Blaster7. That will be good for all your purchases. Any order you have cannot be combined with any other promo codes, but can be used with your Robo Points. So enjoy that. And lastly, really cool thing Jeremy and I got to do. We had an interview with Jongnic Bontemps, who is the composer of the Transformers Rise of the Beast score. So he did all the original music for Rise of the Beasts, blended in some hip hop influences to match with some of the musical tracks that are being put into the soundtrack as well. And he tells us all about that process and all about his how he got into composing, how he got into this the business, and what he's been doing now, how his path, and then all his work on the film, and some of the little surprises he put into the movie score just for Transformers fans. So it was a really fun interview. Really enjoyed talking to him. And we might get a chance to talk to him again after the movie comes out. So we'll get to ask him all the details about the musical tracks after we get to see the film and listen to the music. Yeah. So thank you again to Jongnic Bontemps for joining us. And we hope to see him back in about a month or so. So cross your fingers. All right, let's jump into the show. We're going to start off with some quick hits.
All right. And this week, we're going to start off by talking about New Age. And it's not uncommon for us to talk about New Age because they do some really good work with the legend scale. But this is a little different because we're talking about a base, a kind of a set piece that you could use for your New Age figures. And this is the Volcano base. It's better known as the Autobot base from G1. It's the Ark crashed into Mount St. Hilary. It is just the front of that base. It's just the main door with the bit of the ship kind of crashed into the mountain. But this thing here it's pretty interesting because it's not made of a couple pieces that you put together. It's actually made of, like, for lack of a better word, it's actually kind of almost like Lego. So it's made of 2,603 pieces of ABS high quality bricks, which it's Lego. So it's 60 centimeters wide and 26 centimeters deep. For those of you that need Neanderthal measurements, that is pretty big. So 60 centimeters is just over 23 and a half inches, and 26 centimeters is about 10 and a half inches. So it is a flat back as well. So you could put it up against the back of a bookshelf or something like that. The gate in it will open and close by turning the turbine in the middle. And there is a early bird bonus as well. So you can, if you're ordering it right now, you get it a little bit. You get a blue, like a clear blue version of the Optimus Prime, their New Age Legend Scale Optimus Prime. So that's pretty cool. They call it the Scanning David because that's the name that they use for Optimus Prime is David. Yeah, this is pretty cool. If you're looking for a base for your Legend Scale figures, New Age looks like they're getting into the scene market.
All right. And next we have from Super 7. These were rumored back in January, and we actually have pictures now of their Beast Wars Transformers figures that are obviously non-transforming, but these are the classic TV show accurate Dinobot, Optimus Primal, Megatron, Black Arachnia, and Cheetor figures. So these have the standard articulation that all Super 7 figures have, but some of them do have, it looks like some extra pieces. You have guns, you have Optimus Primal swords. Looks like Dinobot has his sword and spinning, I don't know if it spins, but his little tail piece. So these look really cool. Very show accurate for the robot mode. So check these out when they come out later this year.
Okay, next up, we've got a toy listing rumor. This comes from what looks to be an Amazon exclusive that will be coming soon. It looks like a Leader Nova Prime. And looks like this Nova Prime figure might be a retool of the War for Cybertron Siege Galaxy Upgrade Optimus Prime figure. So we don't have any pictures of it yet, but we'll be on the lookout for it. And yeah, I can see that Galaxy Prime being turned into a Nova Prime. So could be interesting. Just give it a white color scheme, white and gray color scheme, yeah, we'll take a look. Maybe that will continue they're doing some retro, or like not retro, but origins past Transformers that we're going to talk about in a little bit. But this would fit right in to that kind of figure. So and those were Amazon exclusives as well. So looks interesting. So we'll keep an eye out for that.
All right, and finally, we have images of the Transformers Rise of the Beast Funko Pops. And these we have RC, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, Optimus Primal, Scourge, and Mirage. And we, these are just your standard Funko Pops, but there is also a Target exclusive Rhinox in Rhino mode that, I don't know, looks a little creepy to me. But, we knew that these were coming. They're inevitable, but now we have them. We have the numbers of the Funko, like their numbering system. And I think they look fine, except Scourge looks a little creepy having teeth. Like Optimus Primal, you expect it, but Scourge just looks a little weird. But
why does Mirage have a faceplate?
No, yeah, I wonder if that's just standard battle mode. I don't know. But everything is getting, the Rise of Beast marketing is in full swing. So that I believe is all we have for quick hits.
Okay, let's jump into our main discussion topic.
All right, and this week our discussion topic is going to be centering around the fan stream that happened on Tuesday. And this fan stream featured 6.0. So if you are a fan of good podcasts, then you'll know that 6.0 is part of the Triple Takeover podcast, and it's a really good show. And he got asked to join the Hasbro team up there online and talk about some of this new stuff coming out. So where are we headed first, Jeremy? We want to talk about the Amazon exclusives, pipeline stuff, and more, or you want to go back to the 2-packs?
Wherever you want to go.
Let's go to the 2-packs because we kind of knew what about those coming in. So last week, I think maybe it was a week prior, we actually had heard about this minor Megatron because originally it was thought to be a custom, and then it was debunked, and now it's very real as part of a 2-pack that's going to be put out with Orion packs, and these are kind of Origins packs. So this first one with Megatron and Orion packs.
No,
I'm getting it wrong. So it's Megatron and Rat-Bat, right? So
Senator Rat-Bat.
Senator Rat-Bat. Sorry, everybody.
Gotta respect the title.
Right. So this one is going to be called the Rise of Tyranny pack, and like I so correctly stated, it is Megatron, Minor Megatron, and Senator Rat-Bat. I don't know who would make the mistake of not calling him Senator Rat-Bat. And then you do get, and then there is another 2-pack that is the Humble Origins 2-pack, and this one is going to be Orion packs and Senator Shockwave, which this one came completely out of left field for me. I didn't know anything about this. Nothing had been leaked about this. Orion packs is one of those ones that is kind of on the back burner for most of the time, but a Senator Shockwave that's straight out of left field. So let's talk about this one for a bit. Charles, I know that you probably giggled when this thing hit because Senator Rat-Bat, Senator Shockwave, this is all straight from the comic book. Are these these things right up your alley? Are you interested in these?
I was pretty surprised. They do look interesting. And it's also interesting because they're specifically focusing on let's do origins from the specifically the IDW comic universe, whereas they just had a bunch of origins from the cartoon. The War Dawn episode with the other Orion packs and Alpha Trion and Dion and Ariel. But yeah, it's interesting. Although my, of course, my kind of, extreme. I don't think you can call it OCD. I don't think it's that, but it's, my nerdiness with these characters is like you've got Ratbat, Megatron, and Shockwave. Yes, those are all from the IDW universe. Then they say Data Clerk Orion Pax. He was not a data clerk in the IDW universe.
They mentioned this in the thing.
They do, but
he's more
still.
Orion continuity Orion Pax.
So that's a little bit weird that they have 3 from IDW universe and then 1 like crossover from a line continuity Orion Pax. And then the Orion Pax it looks like it's a retool of the War for Cybertron Siege Hound, which is kind of weird. But I do like that the chest is evocative of that kind of that War Within Optimus Prime design from back in the Dreamwave days that was carried through to IDW. So I appreciate that, but it's still like not a data clerk. They could have said like Hero Cop Orion Pax or something. Maybe I don't know.
They did hint that the reason they did that was there's something else coming. So
another Orion Pax.
Orion Pax and roller combo.
Gotta have as many Orion Pax as he do Optimus Prime.
The Tri-Pax. So that's going to kill this for you then, that he's not called the right name.
No, it doesn't kill it for me, but I think for me, I'm more interested in the Tyranny one, the Megatron and Ratbat. So that both of them there. These are all retools of existing figures, so none of these are kind of new figures. They are interesting though, but I think the Megatron and the Ratbat are more interesting to me, so I might pick those up. But I think I'm probably going to skip the Shockwave and Orion Pax.
Okay. And Jeremy, we talked about this before we started recording. You're into these.
I am. Yeah. I pre-ordered both. And
nice.
That's something that I am going to probably forget after this recording, and then they're going to show up and I'll be like, oh, thanks, Past Jeremy. I really like the Megatron design, even though like I have the Siege Shockwave mold. There are
Megatron
Siege Megatron mold. There are enough differences here, like the coloring, and he has the pickaxe and the drill. Mm-hmm. The look of the minor Megatron, I just really think they did a great job here. And the the Ratbat, I don't have any of the Seekers what this is based off of, and
it's a sweep.
Sweep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't correct me. No, but I don't have any of those. I don't have the Seekers either from the recent lines, but I think he looks really good, and I am just looking forward to getting those. On the other side, the Shockwave is a like kind of, it uses a good portion of the Tetrajet mold, and then they've modified it from there. And I think that looks really interesting. And then the Hound mold is great. I have Hound, and I just like what they did here with Optimus. And he even comes with the little axe that back when they did the comic pack-in Orion Pax, they have the little axe that one came from. Yeah. Or came with. And I don't know. I really like these. I like that they're kind of completely out of left field and deep cuts. And I want to, I'm hoping that they keep doing these. So, I'm putting my money where my mouth is.
Nice. Myself, I'm not particularly interested in these. I like the comics for what they were. I don't need my toy shelves to to influence to represent all the comics. It's too many figures at this point. If I'm going to buy a comic based character, it's likely going to be a third party one. So it'll be a different design and different figure altogether. But I'm glad that they're doing this. It gives a lot of people that really didn't experience the comics a different version of that character, and it's very cool. And then they'll maybe have a reason to go back and read them because they were great stories.
Except they won't be able to get them digitally. They'll have to like round them up in like old bookstores and stuff.
It's worth it.
Yeah. Make them work for it.
Yeah. Moving on. We've got so I guess it was just that. I'm going to touch on it briefly. We don't even have a slide for it, I don't think, but they talked about Robeson, and is there something? Okay, I guess there is. There you go. It was Optimus Prime again. We've talked about a couple different rumored Robeson things. We actually know there's a Bumblebee coming out that is they've announced it and they've shown it off at some toy shows and stuff like that. It's not transforming, it's just kind of moving. It's just a robot. This thing here that they showed off at on the Fanstream was just the Optimus Prime one again. It's the little one, but it's the same damn thing. It's been out and announced for a year. Why is it part of this? And so it's not a big thing. And I'm going to stop talking about it now because it meant nothing. After they got done talking about the Optimus Prime nonsense, they also started talking about the some new figures that they're doing. And so we've got a new core class Bumblebee that is coming out. So yeah, another Bumblebee, but this one is based on it's not really based on, it's the exact same mold that they brought out for that core class Laserbeak. Remember that one? The pink Bumblebee that they called Laserbeak based on Dark of the Moon? Yeah, this is the same thing, only it's in Bumblebee colors now. So it's Bumblebee. Get excited. And Jeremy's also showing there. We can go right into that. If that's the next slide, we will go right into that. It's Studio Series 86 Brawn, and I'm being told that Jeremy predicted this. I have no knowledge of this, but apparently I am being called out, and that it is a Jeremy prediction. So, so there you go. Congratulations.
And I mentioned that they need to do a Brawn.
Well, they heard you.
Yeah.
And quickly mocked this up for the stream.
There will be I'm guessing there will be a Prowl eventually. We've got Ironhide, Ratchet, and Brawn, so we got to complete the set. All the Autobots who died on that shuttle, you got to have all four of them.
And they did say on the stream that the mindset that they're going with on this is if they had any screen time in the movie, they're fair game. So, but I think this is cool because this is essentially a deluxe class engineering in a smaller figure. So it looks like it's pretty intricate. And I'm really impressed with what they did here. It's a very good looking Brawn.
I can't wait for Studio Series 86 Arbalest.
Yeah.
So we got Studio Series 86 Brawn. These things are going to be deluxe. It's another one of those figures that just is, they're doing a great job with these minifigures in deluxe class. So
and he can be G1 accurate with the legs if you want him to be.
The G1 Brawn is a horrible toy. I'm going to say it here. It's not great. Yeah. So, but he looks good here in I guess it's Legacy. I don't know what. Or no, sorry. So this is Studio Series. Yeah. So yeah, Studio Series Brawn looks great. And then they showed off a repaint that everyone kind of expected for Studio Series Gamer Edition. This is Cliffjumper, and this is another one that was done previously in the Generations line, but this is now going to be in the Studio Series line. Obviously, it's just a repaint of Bumblebee. That's all these guys ever really do is get a repaint of each other. Yeah, so look for this one if you are a fan of this gamer line. These look like good figures, and the game's fantastic. We've talked about it a bunch here on the show. These two games, War for Cybertron, Fall of Cybertron, are fantastic, and you definitely should find a way to play them if you can.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're on Steam, so
they've been delisted.
Yeah.
Oh,
they've been delisted because I think they were produced.
Lost the license.
Yeah, they were published by Activision, and they lost the license, and they're over 10 years old now. So,
yeah. And Cliffjumper only appeared in the DS version.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. But he did get a toy originally, so.
So if you already own the games, you still have them, and you can still download them and play them. But if you didn't buy them at the time, then gotta wait till they re-release them.
Yeah.
Or pick them up on eBay or somewhere or whatever.
I have them on PS3, and that's might be the only reason why I'm keeping my PS3 at this point. All right. Up next, we have another gamer figure from the Studio Series, and it is Megatron. This is another figure that I think he did get a figure. I think he got a figure, originally too.
The color is different.
Yeah, but anyway, this guy looks awesome, and he's going to pair nicely with the Optimus Prime that came out. Is out now. Actually, he's out on the shelves now, so you can find him, pick him up. Looks really good, and I love the way that this Megatron looks. Really quite different than any kind of G1 Megatron, and he's a space tank, but he looks pretty different. So, yeah, a really great looking figure. Then we got into our first, I think it's our first Studio Series Rise of the Beast character. We might have gotten an Optimus Prime already, but this is our first real Beast character from Rise of the Beast, and this is Rhinox. And he looks awesome, actually. I really like the way he looks. Was it announced that Air Razor got a Studio Series figure?
Didn't we get a Studio Series Air Razor already?
I think it was maybe leaked. I'm not sure.
It was leaked. And then we have mainline.
And we've got mainline. I get them confused because they look very similar, and they both kind of got leaked or announced at the same time. So anyway, this is Studio Series Rhinox from Rise of the Beast, and he looks really good, actually. I'm really interested in how this guy, he's definitely sporting that much more robotic rhino mode, and he's pretty chunky. So, and the aesthetic for the robot mode definitely matches the aesthetic that we've seen for Primal, which I think is definitely kind of the what they're going for here. So, yeah, very, very interesting. And we're hearing in the chat that Cheetor was the first Studio Series Rise of the Beast character. So, there you go. Thanks, DJ Ronan. He's always there to correct me, call me out on something. Next up is the figure that I was kind of alluding to, and that is Studio Series Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime. And this looks pretty good. There was something there that's I believe was mentioned in the chat, and not in our chat, but in the the chat for the Fanstream, and that is the kind of deer bar, the roadkill bar here that's on the front of Prime here, and it is integrated into the figure very well because you really don't see it at all in the robot mode, and so it's they've done a good job in kind of hiding it, and I think you can see it just underneath his arm there, just a little bit, but so anyway, this Optimus Prime looks really good. Studio Series is always where you find a lot of the good quality items, and I really do think that this one looks like another one. I think they always kind of put their A game out when they're doing an Optimus Prime. So look for this one to be another really solid effort there. All right. Then we got that other stuff. All right. So I'm going to stop it here, and I want to ask you guys about what we've just talked about. The two figures the few figures that they had on the table there, and stuff that anything we've got coming up. So the studio series, I mean, the only reason I'd be interested in the Bumblebee, the core class Bumblebee, is because I might want to give it to a kid or something like that. I have no interest in that figure. Core class is very, very limited for me right now. Plus, it's like $15, $16 for me up here, which is it's way too expensive for that size class. The other stuff, I mean, obviously the pricing it's all relative, but I'd much rather spend the money on something that's a better figure, and definitely seeing that in Studio Series. And I just like where the Studio Series 86 is right now. That's my generation. That's what I love. And, that Braun figure is right up my alley. So where do you guys, what do you see here on the display from the fan stream? What did you see? What did you like, Jeremy?
Well, I mean, I mentioned before the Braun is excellent. I really like what they did there, so that's going to be on my list. The Megatron also looks really good. I mean, I am a fan of that Megatron design. I got I think the version I have is the Takara black repaint, which looks really cool. But I like the painting that they did here with the red. The Rhinox, it looks good, but I'm just not in movie figures. But I can appreciate what they did here. It's not for me, but I like it. Same with the Optimus Prime. I think it's a very impressive looking Optimus Prime. I love the flat nose truck, and just how many different ways they figure out making that into a robot, even though it has a fake chest. Or I guess this one might not necessarily have a full fake chest. It's just the bottom half folds over in the back. So okay, so that's even better. But I think it's good. I'm just not 100% on the movie line. And I think that's it from this batch of reveals. Obviously, the Roboson is way out of my price range. I think it's like $650.
And we've seen it a bunch, right? Like It's not.
Yeah. Well, we talked to them at TFCon about it.
Yeah. Charles, what are your thoughts on what we've seen here?
Probably identical to what Jeremy just said. I mean, I think the Braun looks great. I have not been really picking up a lot of the Studio Series 86 figures, so I probably would not pick up that Braun, but I think it fits in well with all the other figures. I think for the movie line, I'm more interested in like the 86 characters that appeared, like that premiered in the movie. So like I got Cyclone. Well, Cyclonus is not. He was from Kingdom, but he was, I'm grandfathering him to the 86 line
until they make a new Studio Series.
But Scourge, I got Wreck-Gar. I think those those figures were great. The Hot Rod was great. The Cup was. I got the Bumblebee version of Cup, since that was the deco that more matched the movie. So I'm probably skipping the Braun. The War for Cybertron gamer figures, the Megatron looks good. My son had the 3-pack when he was a kid, the Megatron, Bumblebee, and Optimus. Those figures are gone now. I don't know what happened to them. They were probably given away, but that Megatron looked good. So that's interesting. I think I will skip that too, though. I probably won't pick that up. The Cliff Jumper I'm skipping. I'm not interested in that. The Rhinox needs more color. I mean, I would be interested in it, but it's just all these Rise of the Beast figures seem to be like they're very monochrome, and I kind of don't like that. But it still looks like a good figure. And the Optimus looks surprisingly good. I'm surprised at how much I like the Rise of the Beast Optimus. So that might be an impulse buy. If I saw that in the store, maybe I'd pick it up. But but yeah, that's a Target exclusive. A Target's right near my house. That's the one I kind of just pop in to see what they have on the shelves. So maybe if I get into the Target before the scalpers get to them, I might pick it up if I see it on the shelf. So
the Optimus is Target exclusive.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a high profile character to make a exclusive.
Isn't it in the Buzzworthy line?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Buzzworthy line Target exclusive. Yeah.
Oh, we get them at Toys R Us here. So
Yeah. Okay.
right on. Well, that's not all that they discussed. They also did their pipeline reveals, and this is this thing that they've been doing for the last little while, that they've been kind of showing what they've got coming down the pipeline, and they're trying to beat the leakers and trying to get ahead of the rumors and the store layouts and all that kind of stuff that kind of reveal what's coming before they get a chance to do it. And they're doing a good job at it, because a lot of this stuff has not been revealed or talked about by anybody. So off the top here, we've got I'm going to see where Jeremy is starting, and then I will follow along. So the first one is you'd think, well, we just got Studio Series Snarl, so why is this up here? Well, it's not Studio Series Snarl. This is Core Class Snarl. And this will be the last member of that Volcanicus that they are building. So look for that in the next little while, and then we will get that full Volcanicus, and then maybe a gift set for the Dino King, because we know that that's coming. They kind of announced that at some point, kind of half-heartedly announced it. They said it's coming. Anyway, next up, Bombshell. Now, Bombshell, was this a deluxe? I don't remember where they said this is coming.
Or finishing off the Insecticons they've been doing.
Okay. So these are core class?
They're deluxes. They're deluxes.
Oh, that's right. Yes. That's
the last two legacy. We have a legacy shrapnel and the legacy kickback.
Right. Yes. I don't think I've gotten those. Right. So we got a Bombshell. Next up, we've got Strong Arm. This was an awesome one to see. So this, the first two we kind of knew were coming because, they're finishing off sets. This one, a lot of people have been asking for a new Strong Arm. And this is going to be part of the, I believe, Legacy line.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's great. So the only other Strong Arm that exists is part of the Cyberverse line. And, it's not bad. But it's not great. So this will be a new Strong Arm, and it'll have some really great, modern engineering to it.
It's great getting a more recent character getting, kind of into the main line.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Next up. No, that's not Hound. That is Detritus. And so we're going to get a repaint of Siege Hound, I guess, into Detritus, or maybe a repaint of the recently released G1 reissue Hound as Detritus. But I doubt that will happen very much. So likely Siege Hound will get redone as Detritus, and that one's a big, this one will most definitely be a selects figure. Because it's so out of left field. Next up, this is Quick Strike, and another Cyber. Is it not? Well, I can't remember her name. Shadow Striker. Sorry, that's not Quick Strike. Shadow Striker. Very, very, very different names. So another female character from Cyberverse. And this one was a pretty awesome character. So if you didn't watch Cyberverse, then Shadow Striker, you wouldn't know anything about her, but she's definitely an awesome character. And another one that fits that criteria that Jeremy mentioned, a newer character getting pushed into the main line. And female
Quick Strike was the fuser from Beast Wars, the Scorpion Stake Fusor.
Next up, we got Bludgeon, and this is another Bludgeon. We've gotten a couple Bludgeons in the last little while, But this bludgeon here, I definitely took notice of. One, because it's done with this little kind of art that they've used is Alex Milne art, which I recognized immediately. And the other one is that this would definitely be used on the Tarn mold. So this bludgeoned, if you've seen Alex's art, this character model sheet that he did, he showed a alt mode as well for this. And this bludgeon transforms into a tank, which most more modern bludgeons do, and really does resemble the alt mode for Legacy Tarn. So the way it kind of looks here in this this kind of art from the screen here that they used is very reminiscent of the current Tarn mold as well. So I'm fairly certain we'll see that reuse of Tarn for this. And we got one that's just a name, and this is Trash Master, and this is going to be a Evo Fusion figure, and this is going to be. They said it's a another Junkion, and I can't remember what size. Is it? It's a bigger one, right? Is it leader class?
I can't remember what size, but I know that he's an Autobot.
I thought it was a Junkion.
It's an Autobot Junkion because they had that Decepticon jump.
Oh, right. Okay. All right.
But it's a great name.
Oh, yes. Very, very great. I do remember them saying something about it being a much larger figure too. So, because they've got deluxe class ones, they've got Voyager class ones, and I think this one's going to be leader, but I could be wrong. Could be another Voyager. But Trash Master, hey, there you go. And I think they mentioned something about it being like a garbage truck or something like that. Either way, looks like it's going to be fun. And then the last one we've got is it's Skyquake's brother, and I can't remember his name.
Dreadwing.
Dreadwing, right? Yes. So this is the other. This is the Transformers Prime character that actually lived. So and was
Tony Todd, the voice actor.
Right, Tony Todd. So, does Tony Todd know that he's his figure is getting a re-release? Somebody
He probably doesn't care.
Somebody should tell Tony Todd. Anyway, so we've got Dreadwing here that is a likely just going to be a repaint of Skyquake because it's a great figure and that's what they do. And that's it. So there's some really great figures coming out. A lot of new ones coming down the pipe, which you get kind of get excited for. I gotta say, I'm probably more excited about a strong arm, like an interesting looking strong arm or something like that. Something that's not Cyberverse aesthetic. But what are you guys looking for, Jeremy?
First, Strong Arm wasn't Cyberverse. She was Robots in Disguise.
Whatever.
Anyway, I think, I'm excited about the Strong Arm. I think she's always had a great look in great colors. The Bombshell also. But I think what's really interesting me is the Bludgeon and the Trash Master, whatever that's going to end up looking like. I think they're doing a great job with the Junkions, and also just Bludgeon is always just such a cool design, regardless of how they release them. And I think this one coming from the Tarn mold will be great.
Mm-hmm. Right on. And Charles, anything out of this group of upcomers stand out to you?
Yeah, Jeremy's stealing my opinions again.
What happens when you're not on the show?
Wait, really? That's what happens?
I still have access to all of your notes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Strong Arm looks great. I'm definitely interested in seeing what they do with her. I'm interested in the Shadow Striker as well. I think she was a cool character, so I'd like to see what they're doing with her. And then Bludgeon. Do we know it's a Tarn retool, or is that just a
No,
speculation?
Speculation.
It's speculation, but it seems very likely.
Okay. And the Trash Master, I'm curious what that's going to be, because it's also going to have the break apart Evo Fusion gimmick. So like to see what that's going to be. I think they've done a great job with the last few figures doing that. I'm also curious what the we speculate on Bludgeon, but the other figures, are they going to be retools of existing figures or completely new molds? I'd like to see some new molds out of here somewhere. Maybe
I can
Strong
see Shadow
Arm or
Striker is probably going to be an existing mold, just like kind of heavily modified. But I really hope Strong Arm is a new mold.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but those are the figures I'm interested in, not so much the Bombshell or the Detritus or the Dreadwing. Yeah, looking forward to them. And the Snarl. I'll wait for Dino King. I'll wait for the Dino King release of those the Legends or the core class Dinobot combiners.
Right on. Well, that's it for the stream. And I thought out of the recent streams, I thought this one was pretty good. They showed off a lot of fun stuff that hadn't been heard of yet. And so I'm glad that they're still doing these. I'm looking forward to the next one.
Cool. All right. Well, that's all our toy talk for this week. So let's move on to our trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
And Trips to the Store is brought to you by our friends at TeePublic. So that's where you can check out all our Transmissions merchandise at our TeePublic store. That's at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. You can see we've got our Transmission shirts on. Daryl and I and Jeremy all wearing our Transmission shirts.
I didn't get the
memo. We've got lots of different versions on our TeePublic store. You can buy them. Also, if you buy anything from TeePublic through our link, that will help out the show. So you don't have to buy Transmission shirts. You can buy anything else. TeePublic frequently has 35% off sales. I'm guessing there's going to be a 35% off Memorial Day weekend sale this week. So at the time you're listening to this, check out TeePublic, go to our link, and make sure that there's a 35% off sale, and then buy whatever you want and help us out. And it's good stuff. All right, we're going to show off some of the stuff we've got this week. We're going to start off with Daryl.
Yep, that's me. I am showing off something that I've shown off before with a little twist, because I'm not entirely sure if I showed it off with this little accessory that Metroplex. I got. So
it's past the statute of limitations.
It is. Yes, I can show it off again. So this is Fans Hobby Nightwalker. This is their Night Beat. But did I ever show them off with the coat that I bought? So Nightwalker's got the ability to have this Columbo style, coat, and he's, it's definitely awkward to put on, but once it's on, it definitely it seems like a good fit. And it's all just kind of reminiscent of that, or evoking that one cover from the Marvel G1 comics, where he's on the cover there wearing the coat. Anyway, I liked it, and there weren't many of these. I don't know how many of them the coats they actually made. I had to order it off the Fans Hobby website. I know that it got pretty popular because it sold out very quickly. But anyway, it's Night Beat with his coat. I just got to find a hat. They didn't have a hat for him, so I got to figure out a way to get a hat for him.
You can probably find some like doll-sized fedora or something.
Oh yeah, there's probably something.
Very cool. Yeah, That's that the Matrix Quest is one of my favorite arcs from the G1 Marvel comic, and yeah, Simon Furman. Every issue was an homage to a different previous movie or book or something. So that was the Maltese Falcon. Cool. Was that issue? I think the next issue was the Old West. Then they did one was Moby Dick. One was Alien. So each issue was a different homage. It was really cool. So. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. I'm going to go next. And I have a new comic. Wait, a new Transformers comic? Well, not exactly. But it is a new comic by the aforementioned Simon Furman. And this is Astrobots. So I picked up this comic. I had not heard
You're cheating. You're very much cheating. This is wrong. Cut his feed, Jeremy. He let us on
to go first.
It's written by Simon Furman, art by Hector Trunick. And this is a new comic. This is Whatnot Publishing. This is based on a new toy line that's coming out. I think we might have talked about this a little bit on the show. That Astrobots. It's a kind of
it's not Transformers. We didn't discuss.
I know. I know it's not Transformers, but it's interesting the parallels. Like if you take a look at the artwork and the parallels of the story. It's interesting. It is not a Transformers lookalike. Like, I mean, they are like it deals with robotic characters. They are
Gundams.
They are no, not Gundams. They are sentient robots, but they were created by humans as colonists to colonize a new planet before humans arrive. So basically, they are the completely robotic characters that build the city, basically build a new colony, and then await the humans to arrive. Since they don't get into it, you don't know what's going on Earth, but apparently Earth is having some environmental crisis, and humans are trying to flee the planet. So this colony world is being prepared for them by the Astrobots, but they are
they get invaded by the evil Deceptobots.
I don't know. It's interesting. I think we might want to do a review on alt mode at some point.
Really?
So
a 97% share, flexing hard right now.
I'm encouraging you guys to read it and tell me what you think, and we'll see. I'm not pushing that or anything. I'm just saying this was interesting. Simon Furman. Yeah, I'm a fan of Simon Furman. And in the back of the book, he has a little note to the reader. He does mention, this is I did work on some previous giant robot stories, and he does mention that obliquely. But it's interesting. I mean, it is, and the toy line is having they do have some just some of the artwork, and then. I guess this is the main character is this
the packaging art looks really familiar.
Apollo. Yeah.
I don't know, Daryl, can you figure out where that packaging art design came from?
Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty stolen.
It's homage. It's an homage. I think it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm
yeah.
I'm encouraging you guys to check out the first issue, see what you think of it.
All right.
So that's all. All right, Jeremy, it's your turn.
All right. Well, let's give a little palate cleanser. I was at a garage sale in my neighborhood, and among they had 7 boxes of comics there. So I found some stuff, but they had one Transformers comic, and it was a very beat up copy of Marvel Transformers #5, and I had to free it. And it's
missing part of the corner.
Yeah, it's missing part of the corner. I think there's a rip or something up. I mean, the spine is just horrible. But it was $1.
Still a Transformers #5.
Yeah, I mean, so it was $1, and I figure it was worth it. But then I have a new Transformer that I haven't actually had time to open it yet. Picked it up today. Got the Studio Series 86 Ironhide.
Ooh.
Nice.
This box is also beat up to hell, but I'm going to open it. So looking forward
Well
to
done.
getting this guy out. And
I haven't opened mine yet.
it's just insane how much these cost now. Like even
You're telling me.
Yeah, even in American dollars, it's insane. But yeah, I picked that up and looking forward to getting into it.
Nice.
Very cool. Okay, well, that takes us to the end of Trips to the Store.
We now return to the Transmissions Podcast.
All right, we're back from our Trips to the Store, and I think that takes us to the end of this episode of Transmissions. We don't have any convention news or feedback coming up, so we're going to call it right here. So thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. As always, at the end of every episode, we give a shout-out to our Masterpiece Donatrons. So thank you once again to John 4X11Good and Demon Tech 82. You guys are awesome. It's because of you we can keep the show going. Thank you to our supporters who contribute at the highest level on our Patreon, and that's why we give you a shout out in every episode every week. So that'll do it for this episode of Transmissions. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.